Is your FICO score simply not enough for that new type of credit? Are you looking to decrease your credit utilization ratio and increase your credit limit? Well, that won't be a problem since you can easily boost your credit score instantly. As one of today's most important things in life, your credit score highly affects the way you live, so it would only make sense for you to boost up this number. Welcome back to CreditWise, and in today's video, we're going to talk about what you can do to increase your credit score instantly. To begin, let's get you a better grasp of credit scores and how they are calculated. A credit score is a number from 300 to 850 that depicts a consumer's creditworthiness. The higher the score, the better you are perceived as a worthy borrower. Companies use credit scores to make decisions such as whether to offer you a mortgage, credit card, auto loan, or other credit product. They are also used to determine the interest rate you receive on a loan or credit card and the credit limit. So how then is it computed? Your history of on-time payments is the first and biggest factor, accounting for 35% of your overall score. This indicates that you always pay your bills on time and in accordance with the terms of the agreement. It goes without saying that, given how heavily your credit is based on on-time payments, any late or missed payments will have a significant negative impact on your score. The amounts owed, also known as credit utilization, which accounts for 30% of your score, has the second largest impact. Essentially, this is a formula that compares the amount of credit you have available to you with the amount that is actually used. Your credit score will be lowered if you utilize nearly all of your available credits or max out all of your credit cards, because that makes you appear to be a riskier borrower. The third factor, which accounts for 15% of your score, is the average age of your credit history. In general, lenders believe that the longer you've had your accounts open and in good standing, the more likely it is that you'll be a trustworthy, seasoned borrower. The fourth category is the various forms of credit you hold, which account for 10% of your credit score. In order to demonstrate to lenders that you are a financially responsible adult who can handle credit cards, auto payments, lease payments, a mortgage, and other types of loans, they will want to have you experience handling a variety of loans. Lastly, the final 10% of your credit score is determined by the number of the credit inquiries you have. Whenever you go and apply for a new line of credit, it will appear on your record as a hard inquiry. Generally, the more hard inquiries you have, the lower your credit score will be. Lenders worry that you're actively seeking as much credit as possible. As a result, they view you as a larger risk, which lowers your score. Now that you know how all of this works, let's look at the issues causing your credit score to go down. First, view your credit score either by creating a free account at creditkarma.com or by visiting Annual Credit Report once a year to obtain your actual credit report and score. When you receive your reports, you can review them to determine which areas need fixing, along with which areas reduce your credit score. A. You don't have enough credit. Your score is probably low since you don't have enough credit history and you're relatively new to this, or if you haven't had time to acquire a credit card and make on-time payments. B. Late payments. Any late payments will remain on your record for 7 years. C. Accounts on collections. This happens when you are so far behind on a payment, typically by more than 180 days, that your lender just writes it off as a total loss. Then, they sell that debt to a third-party debt collection agency, who will then phone you non-stop demanding a payment. D. High balances. When you max out your credit card, lenders will view you as a higher risk since otherwise, why would you be using all of your credit to the limit? E. Foreclosures and inaccuracies. These kinds of marks are sometimes unintentionally kept on for an excessive amount of time, where some individuals may have inaccurate information or have had their identities stolen. Now that we've identified these problems, you can now, more effectively, tackle the factors that are lowering your score. Let's get to boosting your credit score with these 5 easy tips. Number 1. Credit history. If you don't have enough credit history yet, but want to instantly raise your credit score, be an authorized user. When someone with a long credit history adds you as an authorized user on their credit card, their credit history will appear on your account. This practice is also known as credit piggybacking. Parents frequently do this for their kids to have a head start on building credit. Make sure the person who adds you as an authorized user has 3 to 5 years worth of credit history. At the very least, no high balances, no late payments, and no other negative marks that could affect your credit score in the past or in the future. Doing this is a wise choice and can immediately raise your score. Number 2. Late payments. Remove late payments and delinquencies from your account. Remember that if you miss a payment or anything that is sent to collectors, your credit score will be severely damaged. But there is still hope. Just be aware that the longer you wait to make a payment that is currently overdue, the worse it will get. For instance, a 90-day payment lateness will affect your credit score significantly, more negatively than a 60-day, 30-day, and so on. A minimum payment is still better than a full payment. Attempting to modify the debt's terms in order to bring your account to current is always worth it. This means that if you're having trouble making your payments at the moment, you can try to work something out with a lender, or try to negotiate to pay something up front to bring your account current. If you already paid off the debt but the late payment is still showing up on your report, phone the lender and ask them to take it off as a courtesy. If all else fails, check your report for any errors and then dispute it. You can dispute a late payment as inaccurate if you discover any differences with the amount you owed, the due dates, or anything else of the sort. If they are unable to prove that everything is accurate, they will be required to delete the late payment. Doing this should unquestionably significantly improve your credit score in a short period of time. Number 3. Credit utilization. Settle your account so that your utilization is under 30%. This would have the most impact on a credit score and will do so quickly. You have two choices in this situation. Paying off the bill on your credit card would be the first thing to do. After this is done, a higher score will often be displayed within 14 to 30 days. Your credit score will be at its highest if you can try to keep your balances as low as possible, or always pay off your credit cards in full. If you're having trouble paying off your credit cards, raising your credit limits, or acquiring a new credit card can actually help, so technically, your credit is spread out and not maxed out. Number 4. Experience boost. As mentioned, a significant percentage of your credit score is determined by how many on-time payments you've made, your account history, and the kinds of loans you've received. But clearly, this requires getting many credit cards and making on-time payments on each of them. Experience Boost is a free opt-in tool that integrates your accounts, tracks on-time phone and utility payments, and then adds them as a positive trade line on your Experian credit file. By doing this, you will increase the number of positive trade lines and credit history that will support your credit score. They also provide additional complimentary goods and services. Number 5. Don't close any of your accounts. Because the average of your account history is what determines your credit score, it begins with the age of your oldest account. However, if you close out old accounts because you don't use them anymore, you're actually erasing the history of your oldest accounts. As a result, it will appear that you have much more recent accounts than you actually do, which will cause your credit score to drop significantly. So, even if you're no longer using any of your previous accounts, don't close them out as a preventive measure. As a general rule, if your credit card has no annual fee, keep it open and occasionally make $1 charges to keep it active. If your credit card does have an annual fee, try calling the credit card company and request to downgrade it to a free version, so that you can maintain your entire credit history without paying the annual fee. You'll help maintain your credit score as high as possible for as long as possible by doing this and making sure you keep all of your credit cards in good standing and active. These are the strategies to increase your credit score as much as you can in the shortest amount of time. By doing this and increasing your credit score above 750 or so, you'll be able to sign up for new credit cards, receive a ton of free items, earn a ton of rewards, and take advantage of a ton of other opportunities that would not be available to you otherwise. Now, these opportunities will definitely help you save money. That's it from CreditWise. Hit the like button if we helped out, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to learn more about your credit.